Thank you so much for attending my course. Today, we are going to go over how do you iterate your collection at the discovery phases and when you just kind of started thinking about what your collection should look like, right? So most collections are consist of like a different groups, means like your collection might have like a different print. They have leather, like a bigger leather. They might have like solid or texture, like different fabrication group, right? And different fabrication groups should make like groups, and body that you're going to use in those groups should be separated. The reason why is like most of the fabric and fiber has minimum. That means when you are ordering these groups with like manufacturer, you have to have minimum to order, such as let's say if you're making this group in this print also, like this fabric are required to make 1,000 yards to proceed for production. So that means theoretically you need to sell maybe 98 pieces, 150 pieces to 50 pieces, 300 pieces maybe, and each of them takes different amount of fabric, right? Such as maybe this might take 3/4 yard, this might take 2.75 yard, this might take maybe like 2.5 yard, things like that. So you have to kind of calculate like how many pieces that you can sell for per body so that you can obtain like fabric minimums. Sometimes like you can go around it though, the fabric minimum, if manufacturer is very cooperative with you and you can pay surcharge. So that means instead of like two $2.50 for this fabric, you might have to pay $4.25 per yard. But you can maybe make only 500 meters that way, so that you can make small quantity of like the production for future. So let's dive in. So there is color story. This is one of my projects that I have done for my clients in the past. Color stories are, based of basic colors, because you definitely want to wear like bottoms and like some like leather jackets or something in the basic colors, and then you want to throw in some nice pop colors for that season, right? For that matter, like you always have like your brand identity as a basic colors, and then for different delivery you change your pop colors. That's how color story goes. And then you communicate in a TCX, TPX. Those are both Pantone book the factory has. They have the same book, so that you can just communicate by numbers and they know what they look like when you do lab dips and stuff like that. Finishings or something that you wanted to incorporate in your design, like these kind of stitches. I want this machine pick or fagoting edge. I want this on the top smoking. I want these kind of blanket stitches around the neck. So more clear picture you have is better to relay the message to factory so that they can see, and then they're more clear that way. And then like you can like screenshot from anywhere, or you can take a picture on the street, or whatever the inspiration, whatever things that rocks your boat, you can like like put it into each one. Let's say you're using maybe like basic base fabric with viscose georgette, kind of chiffon like fabric with georgette texture, and then maybe that's like a iris and you can have a print on the top, like it's kind of very novelty type of fabric. And the body would be like these photos. These are the things, so you can always like, if you don't want this body, you can take it outside. Maybe like I want this body instead. That's how you kind of, or you have two bodies in the top. Maybe you don't need the two of them. Like it's like spring, so I would keep it like a house sleeve only here. These are still like kind of like putting the ideas out there, kind of thinking about what kind of body should go there. It's that type of thing. And then like prints too. We don't have an exact print as a print too, but base fabric could be like viscose, metallic, silver, gold, crinkle, chiffon. So that's the base fabric like this. And then it will be printed on the top of it. So they have this beautiful latex type of effect. And then you can print on the top. And it's like a chiffon type of fabric. So yeah, like you play with it, you can get any kind of bodies in there. These bodies are all screenshotted and drag it into Adobe Illustrator, so you can play with things. You probably don't need a two scar. Well, my brand is a little bit more catered to 30 plus. Then maybe you wanna take out the mini and then keep sexy, like midi skirts, you really think about it, like what is persona for your brand, and who is wearing your brand. So you definitely wanted to design for that girl, that you have in your mind. What kind of women are wearing your clothes, or what kind of men, or kids, like whoever the target audience is, you wanted to pivot, you know. For that, this is like a satin group with mixed with laces, like these sexy ideas. So, like this top doesn't have any kind of laces, but perhaps if you have a lace like that, you can place it on the ruffle part, or maybe you can place it like here, right? Like lace placement of this would be like maybe